You are listening to Living Your Best Year Ever by Darren Hardy.
Back during World War II, enemies torpedoed a Navy cruiser carrying more than 1,100 crew members. As the ship sank into the frigid water, the crew floundered in the sea for 5 days. They were starving, drowning, and being attacked by sharks. The ocean current pulled 9 of the guys away, splintering off from the rest of the ranks. Seeing these men were beginning to lose their will, a young officer started asking them about their families and their lives back at home. He asked them to describe what they were going to do when they got back. He asked them what they wanted to accomplish and what difference they wanted to make. He had them envision how scared their spouses and children were and how their parents must feel not knowing if they were alive. He asked them to fight to stay alive, not just for themselves, but for their loved ones back at home. Finally, a passing plane spotted the men in the water. 2/3 of the 1,100 crew members perished. However, all 9, inspired by that young officer, lived. This story helps illustrate the importance of vision. The Bible explains where there is no vision, the people perish. What is the vision for your life? It needs to be bigger than yourself. What are you willing to fight for? Who are you willing to fight for? Or rather, live for? Hello, this is Darren Hardy. In this program, I want to help you answer some life-changing questions. What is your grander purpose in life? What really motivates and ignites your passion? What will keep that passion burning long enough for you to achieve your wildest and most outrageous goals? Do you remember all the big dreams that you had when you were younger? Dreams so exciting that you could barely wait to grow up so you could pursue them. You had those dreams for a reason. Your inner potential was casting a vision of what is possible for you. However, somewhere along the travels, trials, and tribulations of life, you either forgot your goals, got distracted, or believed others who already had lost their dream and convinced yourself that yours wasn't possible either. I want to help you rekindle those dreams and show you that they're not only possible, but attainable. We'll build the path that will lead you directly and expeditiously to them. This reminds me of a great story about a large, majestic mountainside where a fragile eagle's nest rested. The eagle's nest contained 4 large eagle eggs. One day, an earthquake rocked the mountain, causing one of the eggs to tumble down the mountain to a chicken farm located in the valley below. By instinct, the chickens knew that they must protect and care for the egg, so an old hen volunteered to nurture this large egg. One day, the egg hatched and a beautiful eagle was born, but the eagle was raised to be a chicken. Soon the eagle believed he was nothing more than a chicken. The eagle loved his home and his family, but his spirit cried out for more. While playing a game on the farm with some of his chicken friends one day, the eagle looked to the skies above and noticed a group of mighty eagles soaring in the skies. Oh, the eagle cried out, "I wish I could soar like those birds." The chickens roared with laughter. "You cannot soar like those birds. You're a chicken, and chickens do not soar." The eagle continued staring at his real family up above, dreaming that he could be with them. Each time the eagle would let his dreams be known, he was told it couldn't be done. The eagle, after time, stopped dreaming altogether and continued to live his life like a chicken. Finally, after a long life as a chicken, the eagle died. A chicken. What's the moral of the story? If you listen to the chickens around you, you'll live and die like them, a chicken. Inside you is that eagle. How do I know? You wouldn't have picked up this audio and be listening to it now if something inside you didn't connect to it. This is your call to soar. You are an eagle. It's time to follow your dreams and not the words of chickens. Now is your time. Now is your time to soar. I'm a believer that things happen for a reason, and there aren't any accidents. This is your opportunity. This is your time. This is your chance. But it's up to you to get the hint and answer the call. Don't miss the call like Bob did. Bob had been watching the rising Mississippi River threaten his home and his possessions. The waters had reached the front porch where Bob was standing. A man in a rowboat came by and called out to Bob, "Hey, hop in, I'll take you to high ground." Bob replied, "No, my God will save me." The river continued to rise all the way up to the second-story windows, and Bob, looking out, saw a powerboat come up. The man in the powerboat called out to Bob, "Hop in and I'll take you to high ground." Bob replied, "No, my God will save me." The river had now risen all the way to the roof of the house. Bob was standing on the ridge at the top with the waters swirling around at his feet. He saw a helicopter fly over, and the people inside yelled over a bullhorn, "Grab the rope and climb in. We'll take you to high ground." Bob yelled back up, "No, my God will save me." The river continued to rise, and finally it engulfed the house, and Bob drowned. The next thing he knew, Bob was standing before his God. In anger, he asked God, "I put my trust in you. Why have you forsaken me?" And God replied, "What more do you want? I sent you a rowboat, a powerboat, and a helicopter." Sometimes it's just up to you to receive the message. I don't know how you arrived at this program, but I do recommend you consider it a hint and your opportunity to design and live your best year ever and to live the life you've always imagined. Preface. Hello, friend. I know you. I might not know you personally, but I know about you. I know you want to do something great with your life. I know that you want to have more, achieve more, and become more than what most everyone else settles for in life. I know that you have unrealized dreams, greater aspirations, and a desire to do something significant with your life. I know this because you bought this program. You see, you and I are alike. We are achievers. Some people are afraid of the concepts in this program. If you can believe it, they don't want to achieve great things. They are afraid of having big goals. They are afraid of stepping away from the herd of the average and out of the comfort of mediocrity. But that's not you. It is you. You are the one I designed this program for. Welcome to the top 3%. By choosing to participate in this program, you have separated yourself from almost everyone else, or at least the remaining 97% of the population that doesn't give thoughtful contemplation to their life's desires and chart out a proper course to take their life in that direction. Most people are more diligent about making their grocery list than they are about designing their life. That is why, in my opinion, it is so easy to get ahead in life, stand out, and move ahead. Most people, 97% of them, couldn't be bothered. I know this is sad, but true, and not you. Here you are. Congratulations. In this program, I will show you how to achieve in a few months what it takes others an entire lifetime to achieve. If you've got the ambition and the passion to radically redesign your future, then this program is for you. Whenever I'm asked what is the number one skill that has been responsible for any unusual success that I've enjoyed, I quickly answer my ability to set, stick to, and achieve big goals. I learned the principles of goal setting when I was only 18 years old. I set an outrageous goal to earn a six-figure income while still attending college before my 19th birthday. I hit that goal. Then I set a goal to be earning $1 million a year just 5 years later. I hit that goal. Then I set a goal to be worth several $1 million and have my company doing more than $50 million in revenue only 3 years later, which would be age 27. I hit that goal. Needless to say, I'm a big believer in the study and practice of setting goals. There's a reason why goal setting doesn't really work for most people. Goal achieving is not simply the act of writing down a wish list and sending it off to the North Pole, expecting someone else to work tirelessly to materialize your goals as you sleep peacefully with sweet visions of sugar plum fairies dancing in your head. There is a very specific process for not only discerning what you really want and what's most important to you, but then the development of a specific and realistic plan of action that will keep you motivated and accountable long enough to see those goals and dreams come to fruition. Over the last 20 years of my life, I have voraciously studied, practiced, tweaked, and refined the process of designing each year with the goal to make it even better than the last one, making it the best year ever. I know it works, and now I share it with you. You now hold in your hands that formula, the very best I've ever learned and proven to work on how to achieve big, audacious, and wildly ambitious goals. Follow this program and you too have the formula to achieve your own great dreams, desires, and outrageously exciting goals. Welcome. Life will never be the same again as soon as you begin your journey with me through living your best year ever. Cheers to your fantastic future. Introduction. Are you living the life that you envisioned for yourself? Are you where you thought you'd be by now? Did you think you would be richer and healthier, have a better intimate relationship and more friends, experience more joy and have more peace of mind than you do now? If so, it's time for a turning point. You've probably heard the definition of insanity, doing the same things over and over and expecting different results. Well, you're not insane, are you? If you want the next year to be different than the last year, then now is the time to do something different. Here's a very inspiring realization. No matter what your past has been, you have a spotless future. Humans are unique. We are the only species that can completely change the course of our lives. Ants can't do it, alligators can't, and lions can't. If a goose wanted to fly west instead of south for the winter, it couldn't. All other animals besides humans are directed entirely by the impulse written into their genetic code. As a human, if you don't like the story of your life thus far, you can rip up that script and write a completely new one. Ask anyone who's achieved great success in life. There was a turning point, a time when they made a clear and resolute decision that from that moment forward, their life would never be the same. They drew a figurative line in the sand and separated the patterns of their past from their new vision of themselves and the life they were committed to leading. Some make that turning point at age 15, some not till they're 50, some do it several times throughout their lives, and some never at all. My challenge to you is this: make now your turning point. This year, this month, this day, this moment, what you have accomplished so far is only a fraction of what's truly possible for you. You are far more powerful, capable, and gifted than you allow yourself to be. The only thing separating you from your grandest vision of your life is courage. Muster the courage to declare that right now, this year, is your turning point. So, make a decision. When the clock strikes midnight next year, you'll be able to look back at this moment and this year as your pivotal turning point for the dream life you will be enjoying. In this audio program, I've included additional instruction beyond what you'll read about in the book, as well as some personal insights that I've picked up along the way. Having interviewed many of today's extraordinary superachievers, I've learned what they do to achieve wildly ambitious goals and become the quote-unquote overnight success stories you read about in the pages of Success Magazine. Each step of this program will be like a new layer to the cake. It's important you complete each step of the process before moving on to the next. If you add frosting without the prior steps completed first, it will get messy. So will your plan. Now, let me warn you, you might be excited and committed to this process and to designing your best year ever right now, but life will soon get in the way. You're going to have to consciously force yourself to carve out the time to do this and then stay committed to the weekly achievement management system. This is the master skill for success, so if you don't do the work, you won't get the results. I can't tell it to you any simpler than that. Don't miss this process, then go on complaining how your life isn't working out how you thought it would. This is it, but you have to do the work. So stick with me. It's simple and relatively easy to do. It's certainly easier than making excuses why you're not living to the potential you were given and living in the pain of discontent. As my mentor Jim Rohn wisely warned me, you will suffer one of two pains: the pain of discipline or the pain of regret. The pain of discipline weighs ounces. The pain of regret weighs tons. Okay, let the journey begin. It's time to design and live your best year ever.